This will be your June 2020 ASMR. Tarot forecast. Nice mist. I'd like for you to do something for me. I want you to take all of the negative energy and emotions that you've been storing up for the last week, the last month, the past year, the past decade. Just take all of that negative energy and just release it right into the flame. Great. Yeah, you can see the little wisps floating up from the candle as all of that burns away. Alright, I have Sodalite this month, the Sodalite Pyramid. I have this piece of pink kunzite, which is beautifully transparent, clear. And I have this huge chunk of violet colored amethyst as well. For my pendulum this month, in case I need to clarify the yes or no answers, I have this little blueberry shaped azurite, and it's got some little flecks of malachite on there as well. I have something a little different this month, which is this deck of Lenormand cards, this Vaporwave themed deck of Lenormand cards that I put together. Let me know what you think down in the comments, if you like them, if you think I should try to make more of them. They're non-binary Lenormand cards too. So instead of man and woman, they are other and self. And that way, even if you're having a very dissociative time, you can just choose other, but there's a significator there for anyone. Rather than if you're non-binary and people try to infantilize you and choose the child as your significator or something weird like that. And then what else do we have here? We have the Ethereal Visions Illustrated Tarot deck. and this will be what I use for the main event. So, without further pontification, let's get started. I will, as I shuffle, address the black electrical tape that you see on my hand. I had a minor kitchen mishap. I really have beat up my hands right before the readings this month, so I hope that that isn't bothersome to you. I can assure you it probably doesn't bother you as much as it bothered me when it happened. I'm just using electrical tape to hold the wound closed while I shuffle cards. But the rest of the time, and in case you're interested in a little amateur wound care, it's actually better if you are able to leave a wound open to the air. Then you do that. I don't have any Neosporin at this time, unfortunately. I think it all expired and got thrown away. Been keeping it clean and relatively dry and trying to hold my hand in such a way that I'm not pulling on the injury. Alright, Aquarius. June 2020. We've been having a good year so far. You've been enjoying your time here. Let's find out what you will be able to expect in the month of June. Oh, well, look at that. I kind of just wasn't thinking and flipped it over. And my apartment mates, and by apartment mates I just mean the other people who live in this building. The microcosm's been very loud lately, so if you can hear somebody blasting music next door, it's just been like that, and I'm sorry. Not as sorry as they're going to be if they keep it up, right? Yeah, so I guess let's start in the past. Since I went ahead and flipped this card over, we've got the Temperance card. It's all about balance. Or in this case, possibly lack thereof. It looks like at some point in the past, either you were more balanced, or possibly this situation is springing from a place of imbalance. What's the current deal? Death. So we've got the Death card coming out right off the bat. I guess I'm glad that I turned that Temperance card over first to temper the reading, if you will. And it's crossed by the Star, which is your card. So because this is your significator and because of the position, I'm going to read this just as a big change for you. If you are poised on the brink of stardom, it could be that that's that big change. But I'm just reading this as a big change for Aquarius, since this is your significator, and we'll have to find out more about it as we go along. The card below you is the Hermit, which in the current climate makes a lot of sense. So it could be that you're working on yourself a lot. It could be that you have withdrawn from others. Hermit is also Virgo's card. So there could be a Virgo that you're dealing with possibly as well. And something interesting about this particular narrative so far, one of the elements of this Hermit card that I find extra intriguing is that there is this little purple skull right down here in the corner. What are we looking at in the future? Three of Swords, and it's reversed. So, Three of Swords is kind of the heartbreak, argument, interpersonal conflict card. And this being in the future could mean one of two things. And I might clarify with a pendulum if I feel like that is a prudent thing to do, and find out whether this is about a future conflict that will not be happening in June, or if conversely this is a conflict that will be happening in June and it's just going to be really bad. So I'll find out more about that momentarily. I'm not going to turn this card over yet. Down here, this is another current position card, and this is the Emperor in reverse. This is kind of like you in the situation. So it could be that you're being very authoritarian, bordering on fascism, perhaps. And we have these little Aries here. So the Emperor is Aries card. So it's possible that if you have Aries in your chart somewhere, this could be representative of a conflict between you and a Virgo, or you and this Hermit energy person. Here we have the mirror that the world is showing back to you. And it is the Page of Pentacles. So this could be about kind of a new job, or this could speak to your level of experience with money, which isn't necessarily bad. This could be about, I'm getting something about like your credit, like you don't have enough credit history for something or another. And so maybe that is factoring into this particular interpersonal situation that's going on, because even though we get this Three of Hearts here, I'm not really sensing that this is a romantic situation or a romantic partnership. To me, it looks more like you are dealing with something much bigger than that. Like there might be more people involved. And it could be that because you're Aquarius, it could be that instead of this card being about you holding on to things too tightly, it could be that you're not structured enough. This could be about not having enough structure. All right, our hopes and fears. My hopes and fears are that I don't get a copyright strike because my neighbors are blasting music so loud. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And this is about being afraid that things will not have a nice, tidy, swift resolution. Or it could be hoping that you can delay the inevitable indefinitely. All right. So, moment of truth. But look here. You've got the Nine of Swords. Sorry, you've got the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. That means that everything that you want to have happen is going to come true. And this is a really great placement for that card because it's a very final placement. And then here in the future, the final resolution of this whole situation. Swords are air energy. Knight of Swords is about communication. So, while a lot of times, I'll take this one in two ways. Okay, again, the path, taking it one way or another way. So we've got this Three of Swords in the future, and we've got the Knight of Swords in the future. And they're both reversed, right? So that looks like an argument to me between you and another person. Like some words exchanged for sure. You don't have the Knight of Wands here, which is good because it means that it's going to be communication. It's not going to be like, fisticuffs or anything like that. But this Knight of Swords also being in the future position, it could be that this comes before this, and that after the month of June there's going to be a situation in which your quick thinking and quick talking resolve all of this. And that's kind of the impression that I get, is that because your Nine of Cups has come out here, that you're going to figure out a way to resolve all of this to everyone's benefit, possibly, but hopefully to your benefit at least. So instead of working with the pendulum just yet I am going to draw some Lenormand cards about these situations. I think it's pretty clear what the Death card is talking about, but I'm gonna kind of put these two cards together and pull some Lenormand cards for that. I'd like to know more about this, so I'm gonna pull some Lenormand cards for that. And I would like to know more about this situation, so I'm gonna pull some more Lenormand cards for that. Alright. Alright, so this situation first. We've got the heart here, but you know, maybe this has to do with romance in some ways. We have the coffin, the end of a relationship, if that's the case, and the tower. And the tower being close to this Knight. Why do I keep saying Nine of Swords? The tower being close to this Knight of Swords here, to me, is about the tower is like control, it's authority, it's all of those things. And so that says to me that there's an element of struggling for control in this situation that's going to lead to an ending. And the heart being here, this could be like something you're really passionate about, because I haven't been getting a lot of relationship vibes for this reading, but it's also possible that for some of you this is a relationship reading, and that some of you are going to be going through a breakup, and it's going to be a romantic breakup. Alright, so these cards here, let's look at that. The star, and here it is, like right on your significator, the star. The clover, and the birds. Alright, so I laid these things out the way that I did. This is going to be a lucky break. So death, not like necessarily a bad change. It looks like it's a good change and it's going to be lucky for you. Three of Swords. So the birds is about, you know, gossip, people talking amongst themselves. It can be about social media. So social media could be involved in this situation, but it could also be, you know, if this is your relationship with another person, obviously, like, a lot of people are going to have opinions about it, and they're going to be wanting to put in their 2 cents. And then the star being about your hopes and dreams. I'm really getting a sense that whatever this situation is, if it is a job situation, it's something you're really passionate about, and you're worried that you might lose that for some reason. Like the Page of Pentacles could also be like a work certification that you need in order to keep doing your job, so that's possible too. What else do we have here? Hermit to the Emperor. We've got the Anchor. So this is a very solid situation. The Whip could be very harsh, or there could be discipline. And the Ship. Ah, interesting. So kind of the narrative that I'm getting about this, the Ship is about mobility, it's about travel, But because we have the anchor here and we have the whip in between, I'm looking at this like the ship is anchored, but you're trying to flog the rowers hard enough to go anyway. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here in relation to whatever that is. Alright, so I would like to know if this is more about a relationship or if this is more about a work situation. My name is Verge Bliss. Yes, that's true. I ate a Snickers bar today for lunch. That is absolutely false. Alright. This June 2020 Aquarius reading is mostly about a romantic partnership. So I'm getting a little bit of a change of direction. This June 2020 Aquarius reading is mostly about a business situation. This June 2020 reading could be about both at the same time. Alright, so, and that would be kind of why, thank you, we have the Death card here. I feel like a lot of things are really up for grabs for you right now. So, you know, just pay attention to all these different details. Looking at the past, I can see that things have been unbalanced. And that came out right away. Like, I just kind of absent-mindedly put that card down face up. To me, that means that there's a need for you to bring things into balance. And so all of this is going to do that. Everything's going to get equalized. You'll be back at homeostasis. You don't want to be at equilibrium because equilibrium equals death. But it is the great equalizer. So here's to you reaching homeostasis. If you liked these Lenormand cards, let me know down in the comments. Please do like, comment, share with your friends, subscribe if you feel like it. I love seeing you guys show up month after month. That really means a lot to me, honestly. I couldn't do any of this without you. And, you know, so let me know what you think of the new setup, the new camera angles. It's been such a pleasure reading for you today. And I will see you again very soon.